get into the video, let me define an explosion for you. An explosion is the destruction, shattering, or blowing apart of something, as is caused by an explosive element or object. Explosions rapidly increase the volume and temperature around them. They release very high amounts of energy. Explosions are used in everyday life, such as the combustion in a car engine or the demolition of a building.
Our compounds are guanine,
diethyl ether,
And glucose.
and they're all explosive.
Glucose is a carbohydrate and is the most important simple sugar in your body. It's necessary for human survival. It's a clear, colorless liquid. Glucose's structure is 6 carbons, 12 hydrogens, and 6 oxygens. It's held together by hydrogen bonds. It was discovered by Andreas Margret in 1747 while he was performing an experiment on raisins. The structure of glucose was discovered by Emil Fischer in the late 19th century.
Diethyl ether is a colorless liquid that is also flammable, that is held together by London dispersion forces. It contains 4 carbons, 10 hydrogens, and 1 oxygen. And it was created by Jabir Ibn Hayyan in the 8th century.
Guanine is one of the 4 main nucleobases found in deoxyribonucleic acid, or DNA, and ribonucleic acid, RNA. Guanine's molecular formula has 5 carbons, 5 hydrogens, 5 nitrogens, and 1 oxygen. It is also held together by hydrogen bonds. Guanine was discovered by B. Unger when it was isolated from Peruvian guano. Erwin Chargaff aided guanine's importance by discovering the rule that adenine equals thymine and guanine equals cytosine.
Glucose is required for any living organism to survive and develop. It can be found in any state of matter, solid, liquid, or gas. It's found in every single food item. It can be prescribed by a doctor or bought over the counter. It can also be injected into your body for medical or personal use. Or if you want a sugar high in any other way, you can consume a lot of sugary snacks.
Guano from Peruvian islands became sought after for use in fertilizer and gunpowder, leading many world powers in the 1800s to small Pacific islands to mine and study guano. Guanine can also be found in certain makeups and in every living creature's DNA. Guanine is produced in the human body for use in DNA and RNA. Guanine can also be found in the droppings of seabirds.
Diethyl ether can be used as a general anesthetic or as fuel. It can be in a solid state, a gas state, or a liquid state. It can be purchased in some chemistry labs. Diethyl ether is heavier than air. It can be highly addictive if used incorrectly.
Glucose, if too much is consumed, can cause diabetes, which is a growing problem in the U.S. It requires the 18 million people to have regular visits with their physicians and extremely painful shots. If it is very serious, it can lead to death. Glucose is also very explosive and flammable when in the correct temperatures and pressures. For example, in Port Wentworth, Georgia, a sugar factory exploded from the amount of sugar particles in the air igniting. The factory was completely destroyed and killed 13 and injured 40.
Diethyl ether can be very explosive. Although it is stable, it can be very sensitive to light and air. This compound can also cause a psychological addiction. It can be very harmful to skin and very irritating to your skin. Many people have overdosed by ingesting too much diethyl ether.
Is harmful if swallowed, and it is an irritant to the eyes, respiratory system, and skin. It is used in gunpowder where it becomes explosive. When using guanine in the lab, Be sure to wear proper safety equipment such as goggles, gloves, and aprons. Whoa!
Whoa!
Look at that diethyl ether glucose guanine explosion!
Be sure to take these compounds seriously.
Make sure to be cautious around them because they could be explosive in certain situations. And remember,
Chemistry is fun!